Good morning, YouTubers. Been a while since I've come up here, well, to do anything with this thing. Well, since it's not just our engine, meaning mine and my brother's, it's our engine. They're holding their spring swap meet today, as well. It was yesterday and today here in Adrian, Missouri. Weather's not horrible. This morning breeze is a little nippy. I think the high is 60 today or something. Chance of rain later. But thought I'd actually shoot a video, my little pickup, of our engine. Now I've shot a couple videos kind of whenever we went and picked the thing up and whatnot, but I've never actually taken a real video of the thing. I'm shivering a little, so pardon my camera work. This is our 2585 Nichols and Shepard, which dwarfs this, I think it's a 16 or 17 horse Gar Scott. We figure this to be about a 1913, which sounds about right. Gentleman by the name of Frank Worth contacted us, and he's pretty darn sure that his family bought this engine new in 1913 and used it to plow the Mississippi River bottom just east of St. Louis. Well, right now we're just south of Kansas City, so she's on the other side of the state, but that's all right. The engine tag is off of it, but the family found it and did send it to us. I think, don't hold me to it, because I forgot to bring it with me today, but I think the number was 11479. Whenever I know for sure, I'll comment or something like that. But I just thought I'd let everyone see just how big this thing is, which of course you don't really get from a video. I actually have to stand kind of far away before I can you can really see the size of this thing. We hauled it out of, technically, the little town, the address was Adams, Nebraska, but it's just southeast of Lincoln. Owned by the Kemper family. And her brother, the family that owned it, their brother, Brett Kemper, had passed in 2013. And they wanted, well, they've been trying to sell it for a while. Excuse me. It's not a perfect engine. I won't elaborate as to what it needs. You can kind of see here, the woodwork needs done. A couple castings kind of need redone. A couple flues probably. We'd like to redo that canopy at some point. Sorry if the lighting's kind of crappy. It does have the smokestack. I know it's not up there. It's actually over in that building there. As well as, I think the firebox door, it's either in here. Well, I think that's the draft door. The smoke box door, I think the firebox door, the stack, and the water tank are all in that building, which we found out the water tank is actually the original head tank to this engine. It's just been it was taken off and remounted, but it still has, you can almost see an outline where her brackets were right up here that held the head tank. So the head tank will go back up on it. She's got a 135-pound pop-off valve on it. I'd like to have that rebuilt. I'm going to talk with my brother and the Thurmans on it. We figure whenever she's up and fully running, we may put her up. Well, we're going to do the maximum allowable working pressure calculations on it and see what she will run, but we're shooting for about 150 pounds. If it has to be lower than 150, I'm hoping I can send that safety valve to get rebuilt, because I'm not going to say it's an original, but it's an older style valve, and See if we'll run her at 135. So as you can see, on these engines, that's actually the clutch. It is missing its clutch linkage, which from doing some research and whatnot is pretty common on these, because these clutches for these big engines were known to kind of be undersized. They didn't hold very well, so they would pin them to the gear behind it for a direct, well, there is a gear up here, it's actually in line up there, but for a direct drive while you're plowing or whatnot. And that's probably how they ran this thing for many years. It is a butt strap boiler. As you can see there, this is 1/2-inch boiler plate. This was a heavy-duty boiler. It was built by a company called Broderick, and they're pretty well known for making some heavy boilers. I apologize for not getting more of this thing up close. I keep getting near it and, man, just forget how big this thing is. So here's the platform. She needs some wood, but we know kind of what we're going to do with it. We have a buddy who kind of has a sawmill. I don't know how solid that is. Excuse me. I think we're going to cut us out some new oak. Like some red oak. And I think it's probably what we're going to redo the ceiling in. I think that's what's called an American injector. Number 6 US. They've rerun some of the plumbing on this, which we might need to put some new piping on. Still has its head tank, or you'll have to excuse me, I've not had my coffee this morning. Crosshead pump. This is a double cylinder, which Nichols and Shepard pushed for many years. They really did believe that a 2-cylinder design was a better design. In a lot of their sales ads, you see a lot of these double cylinders being advertised, which we thought was pretty neat. Here's for your petcocks. You can see them up there for draining stuff. We got some loosening up to do on it. That's your throttle. So the throttle is actually nice and free. Not crazy tight, but you should be able to control that just fine. Here's your reversing lever for your Johnson bar. Kidding, it's a Stevenson valve gear. It still needs some loosening up. This is the original sight glass, and it's supposed to have tricocks on it, or bicocks as we say, because it should have 2 of them right there, but someone's put a sight glass in. Got the rocker grates on it, and they do work. I know you can't really see that, but you might be able to. So, like I said, I'm sorry about this video. It's not the greatest. I'm not a professional videographer. I just do this for anyone who cares to watch. There's for your blower, and it does open and close. You can see there's a casting there. It's a platform. We may redo it at some point. So yeah, I mean, the engine's free. We pulled it out as you've seen in videos, and a little nippy out here. But this is our big girl. They figure, unless anyone knows, they figure this is probably the largest Nichols and Shepard in the state of Missouri. Don't know that it's the largest engine, because you have to, decide what criteria you're going to go on, weight, engine size, whatever. I doubt it's the most powerful engine in Missouri. I highly doubt that. There's always someone else out there, but probably one of the bigger engines from what we can tell. So yeah, 25, 85 Nichols and Shepard, and Toby Wetzel's, I think it's a 1903 or a 1906 Garscott. So Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I just thought I'd show it off before everyone else gets here and I look like a fool taking a video. So, yeah, thank you.